Just 2 weeks behind Knox Johnson, he continued eastwards for another lap of the Southern Ocean to save my soul, as he put it. This is the real solo race, sailing like it's 1968.
Forcément, tous les gens qui reviendront de la Golden Globe Race, forcément, il faut s'attendre à ce qu'ils aient changé.
It's a great story and it's the 50th anniversary, and it's a great opportunity to relive the original solo sailing when technology wasn't available, where we're just using sextants and wind-up clocks to find your position. And it's really the story of humanity and human endeavour in the extreme. So the world has never seen anything like this event.
Well, g'day again, everybody. The weeks seem to be just roaring by at the moment, which is amazing. So good to see you again. I forget what week number this is. Jane's probably got it on the intro. I didn't see it. She's in the background. And Aida is still here again, waiting for another failure. But we haven't had one yet, so keep your fingers crossed. We're still running off our little airbox. And a few things happening this week. Simon Kerwin was out there doing his 2,000-mile qualifier, and got hooked up in some of that bad weather, had some good stories to tell. Anyway, he's out there now, still going around in circles, doing his thing. And Guy Waits, who has his boat in Panama and has not been able to get there, he's actually flying out on the 12th to Panama, so he'll be sailing back, which was with my boat that I was going to do it with, and then I sold it to Kevin, which he didn't quite finish it with, and we sold it to another guy. And so it's a trade wind 35, and I know he's chafing at the bit to get his hands on his boat and get back here. So that'll be a good story. And 2 years, Aida put a post up today, 2 years ago, Jean-Luc turned up in Hobart, which was a bit of fun. And sometimes, I look at that, I said, is it really 2 years? Because so much has happened in the 2 years. Sometimes it seems like it's 5 years ago. So it's only a short gap, another 2 years to go to the start. And John Clark, wacko, is learning how to sail again now. He's got a sailboat and he's sailing to a new marina. Anyway, we're going straight to Italy now for our cruisy guy, Guido. G'day, Guido. How are you?
Hey, Don. Good day.
Good to see you. And raring to go. You just put a picture up. Before I go anywhere, I'll see if I can find it. So those that don't know, I keep forgetting to intro some people that, assuming that you don't know anything about the Golden Globe race. Guido's our Italian entry, and cop this. It's got a beautiful Vancouver 34, and it's now red. What made you paint the boat red?
Fire orange, please. Let's get it right.
Which one?
Fire orange.
Okay. It looks pretty much like a Joshua to me. This is like a smaller Joshua.
Reddish orange.
Yeah, okay. That's cool. It looks very slick, very safe. I think the black trim will get everyone saying, oh, wow, I guess Matessia and Joshua are heroes. So is that correct? Is that part of the deal?
Well, it's definitely been somebody that has inspired a lot of people, and obviously me too, in some way.
Yeah.
I would like to think I'm not quite as romantic as he is, but...
hang on, you're Italian.
I'm definitely not nowhere near as experienced, but it wasn't. It was more the idea of being able to be seen by ships rather than somebody. Yeah, very, very relevant. Okay, anyway, as soon as I saw it, I thought, wow, that was pretty cool. So let's do the usual trip. First of all, where are you at the moment? I'm still in Les Sables d'Olonne, and the Vendée Globe is happening right behind me. But where are you? I'm in my office in Italy.
In your office. So what? Okay, so you said office. What do you do in your office? What are you up to?
In this office, I work out of a couple of offices. In this one specifically, I follow a part of the family company's activities, because I've had in time to split up between my photography business and family company, part of the family company activities. So that's what I look after.
Yeah, I was surprised because I mean we're in touch often, but I never picked up that you were in professional like marine photography. How long have you been doing that?
Oh, ages. Since I was 22.
Unbelievable.
So I'm 52, so it's 30 years.
Now I'm sort of laughing because if I remember correctly, when we asked you for some photos of you and stuff for your profiles, you said, "Oh, I haven't got really much." Am I correct in saying that?
Yeah. I've
That's
always
what I
been
thought.
behind the bloody camera, not in front of it.
That is so funny. Professional marine photographer, and you got no bloody photos. Anyway, that's cool.
Oh,
So, but don't worry. I mean, everyone's the same. I mean, if you're a house painter, your house paint is usually trash.
exactly. That's exactly
So anyway,
the case.
okay. So where did it start? What were your parents doing, and where were you brought up? What was the family environment? All that sort of thing.
Well, I was born and raised until I was 10 years old in Italy.
Yeah.
And then my parents moved to South Africa for some business, and I followed along. And I spent as a result of that 13 years of my life in South Africa, and that's where I picked up my English, as you can probably hear.
Okay.
And that's where I really got into both photography and marine photography and water sports photography, rather than just marine photography, and also honed my dinghy sailing and got quite seriously into sailing, but mostly dinghy sailing.
So the big chunk of it was in South Africa.
Well, no, I started sailing in Italy.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, because my dad bought me a little dinghy, because I wasn't really into building sandcastles and and the sort of stuff kids do at around 8 or 9 years old.
Yeah.
And started in it was in a place called Puntala, which is down in the Tuscan coast, and it's a great place because there is a thermal wind which blows like clockwork.
Yeah.
And I started wandering around those places, and that really got me passionate about sailing. And then when we moved to South Africa, I was lucky enough to have to go to a school that had a sailing club.
Yeah.
And that's when I started getting into some competitive sailing, but that was all around the cans, it was
So that's the school deal.
That's a blast from the past.
So the schools had a big sailing program, eh? That was pretty cool.
Yeah. At the time, it had a great sailing program. We had a master that was into sailing and surfing, and
it makes such a huge difference, eh? When the teachers are involved with something, and then the teachers want to do it, so the kids get it.
Yeah.
Which is that's good to see.
We had a great time. I mean, we really had a great time. It was lots of fun. We made great friendships. Very solid. Most of the guys in this photo, I'm still in touch with. So it was really a great experience. And
really, that's cool. And then we were taught, you sent us some photos, and you've got this one here, not looking like a marine photographer, but I recognize the boat as an Armel straight away. So you're a multiple boat person. Tell us the story of this boat.
My wife and I bought this boat in 2008. It was.
Is it the 56? The 56? 52. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I'd been in and around boats for really a long time, because with the marine photography business, I'd been around that whole lifestyle and sector for a long time. but I never, because I was mostly working in it, I didn't get much sailing time. So at one point, we said, no, this must change in some way. And so we bought this boat. We got a fair deal on it, and we started sailing with that. So, and that's when I started thinking about wanting to start racing again, but in a different way, not around the cans, not on dinghies, not on Olympic classes, but something a bit more challenging.
So how long have you had that family boat for?
Since 2008.
2008, okay. And so you did a couple of Atlantics. This is the classic wall in the Azores,
that's the wall we got back with. There you can see in the photo there is Daniel Harwood and his wife. He is my team manager, and we've done both Atlantics with Dan and myself and Patrizia. So so that's in Horta, doing the classic thing of
okay. Well, so then you talk classics. What's the deal with this? That looks like a pretty nice boat. Is that part of your fun or part of your work taking photos?
No, that's part of my work taking photos. I'm photographing a detail on Mariquita, which is a really beautiful 40 meter sloop, beautiful vintage boat.
Okay, so I mean, I haven't got a copy here, so don't all those thousands of people that are watching this, don't get too excited. But what's your number one classic photo or number one classic achievement with your photography?
Oh, I've worked in 3 America's Cups. I would say that's probably one of my highlights of my photographic career. And
so I've probably seen some of your photos.
And on the classic circuit, here in the Med, there is a pretty large classic boat circuit that rotates around the south of France and between the south of France and Italy. So that's
okay. So that's pretty cool. I'd say if you put big credits on your photos, when all of your followers see you doing the GGR, you'll have quite a following. They'll be waiting for the photos, but you probably won't take any.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Being a photographer.
Yeah, that's the problem. Now I have to find another photographer that takes the photos for me because.
Exactly. So where did I know we met in Les Sables d'Olonne when you were with Francesco, you were helping him. But when did the first seed sort of happen for you to get into the GGR?
Oof, it was. I guess it was a thing waiting to happen because by that point, around 2013, 2014, I was starting to get onto the idea of wanting to race again, but offshore.
Yeah.
And I didn't think, it was a question of going onto something which was reachable.
Yeah.
And the only thing that came to my mind was, aside from the more local coastal racing, was the Mini. And but then I said, okay, there's very little chance that I'm going to be reasonably competitive on that because it's full of guys that are young, that are very motivated, excellent sailors, and I have time on their side, which so the chances of being competitive there were pretty slim.
Yeah.
And it would have been pretty much a full-time effort to get into that in a decent way. And then you came along.
Yeah.
And, when I heard about the GGR, I said, this is perfect. I mean, this is exactly what I was looking for. It's something which is within reach. It is something which can be done if make no mistake. I mean, I never thought it would be easy. And I still don't think it's going to be easy by any stretch of the imagination. But I thought with proper training and preparation, it's something which I could consider.
Yeah, it's achievable.
So
and it's significant as well. Okay, so we're about to find out who you are. I'm going to give you some words. You know the deal. You just tell us the first thing that comes into your mind when I hit you with some words. All right.
Yeah, okay.
Adventure.
Great.
Cape Horn.
Very tough.
Speed.
Wonderful.
Southern Ocean.
Huge challenge.
Sleep.
Difficult, but never enough.
Panic.
No.
Father.
Love.
Cold.
Manageable.
Risk.
Calculated.
Impossible.
Nothing.
Overboard.
Dead.
Drogue.
Depends.
Lonely.
Manageable.
Dreams.
Spice of life.
Hunger.
Problem.
Inspiration.
Robin Knox Johnston.
I was just going to say Robin Knox Johnston, but you've already said. So if I said Robin Knox Johnston, you'd stay inspiration. Okay, that's all cool. All right, so now the tricky questions. You know the deal again. 1 to 10.
5.
5. How did you meet your best friend?
Sailing.
Sailing. Okay. 10 to 20.
13.
13. What inspires you the most and why?
A good challenge because it's difficult to reach.
Yeah. Okay. 20 to 30.
27.
27. Should we take life seriously?
To a degree.
To a degree. Why?
To a degree. Well, because you can't, stuff around your whole life, and there are certain things which ought to be taken seriously, but taking yourself too seriously, I think it can become very counterproductive.
Yeah, it gets a bit boring. Okay, so 30 to 40.
36.
36. What's the best advice you've ever been given?
Whoa. I'll skip on that. Well,
okay.
I guess do things properly to the best of your capability, of your capacity.
Yeah. Okay. 40 to 47.
43.
43. If you could sit down for dinner with anyone, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
I think it would. I guess Jean-Luc.
Jean-Luc.
Yes.
Why?
Because I have, I think, at least 200 or 300 questions I would like to ask him.
That's a big lunch. If he's listening, if he watches this, he may not. I'm sure he'll wing it when you're in Les Sables d'Olonne. He's that sort of guy, So stand by. But I don't know whether he could do 300 questions.
No. I mean, I've always found him quite fascinating because he's got a huge amount of experience. I've always admired him. He's not the only one I've admired, but he's the sort of person that has, aside from the GGR, has really been there and done that, and that's fascinating, of course.
Yeah, he's a crazy guy. Good fun. He's quite incredible. Okay, these are the tricky ones. These are the in-depth, personal, and serious questions. Pick a letter between A and N.
B.
B. Is cereal soup, and why?
Oh, I'd forgotten about that. I tried to memorize these. Bloody hell!
I thought people would avoid B. That's not a really good question, but give me a short answer.
Yeah, I couldn't. Yes.
Yes, it's soup. Okay, I'll give you another chance. Pick a letter between A and N. I might delete that question.
C.
C. What do you think of What do you think of garden gnomes?
I would burn them.
Yeah, you're usually concrete. You'd be at it for a while.
Well,
all right. That's cool. Yeah, we might have to review some of those questions. I'll ask Ada to give us another list. I'm going to go through the here, see who's here. Eli's here, Ada's, Pat Lawless, looking for questions. Mike and Gay, Mick Lally, Stephen Eddy, Ted Ryman. G'day, Ted from Cape Town. Whoop, whoop. And Bernard is one of his heroes, so that's cool. And Rune Dam, hello from Oslo, South African again. You're getting some South Africans there. Are they going to need another wall in Horta? Yeah, that's true. They're starting to run out of space. You seen any questions there, Ada? No questions. No. Everyone's gone quiet. Gurav alias Goro is not here, which is amazing, and neither is.
I'm surprised.
Oh, well, all right. Someone asked Eddie. Stefan Eddie wants to know what's your race number. Have we given you one yet?
Yes.
Yeah. What number are you?
68.
68. Okay, that's cool. All right. So I'm going to. We've got Jeremy on the side. He's a bit of your partner in crime, being a South African man. I'll just pop him up and hopefully 210. Here's Jeremy. G'day, Jeremy. How are you?
Hey, Don. I'm good, thanks, mate.
Okay, you're slightly off screen. You need to move over a bit the other way. That's it. Perfect.
Yeah.
So you know Guido here. I didn't realize Guido was so strong in South Africa. So have you guys ever met before?
Not physically, but electronically, yeah, plenty.
Yeah, that's okay. All right. So so those that don't know, I'll try and get the picture of your boat, Jeremy. I've got a picture here. Some people know the story already. That's actually, it's behind the Le Sable d'Olonne logo. But anyway, that's actually RA's boat. So that's quite a deal. We were quite excited when we announced. I think it was because we had the film drop in South Africa. All of a sudden, we get entrants from Cape Town. So what attracted you, Jeremy? And how did you end up with RA's beautiful boat?
John, I don't think there was any one particular incident that attracted me. It was just a series of small developing interests over a period of time. And, I think when I noticed that the 2018 race was on, I always admired RA's boat. And I sort of looked up the statistics of the different types of boats, different measurements, and his always stood out to me as being a fantastic boat. So
yeah,
I guess subliminally somewhere in the back of my head, said if I could get a boat like that, then maybe I'd have a go at this race.
I must admit, when I like those sort of Northern European designs, the boats up there. And when I saw it on paper, I thought it looks like a nice boat. It's okay. Holy dooly. Once he took off down the Atlantic, I paid a lot more attention. It was quite an amazing boat, amazing sailor too. Sad story, but that's the reality. And now you've got it. So, yeah, that's crazy. Okay. And so we're going to be talking big time next week. Hang on, I'll get rid of that one now. And we'll hear the whole story about how you got hold of the boat. But in the meantime, yes, you've definitely got a hot boat. Now, I've got to say something that some people realise this. The Vancouver 34 got into the Golden Globe race by default, okay? Sort of, the design. When we came up with the concept of the boat, I had a mate in Sydney who was busting to get in the race, and he kept pushing me and saying, look, the Vancouver 34 is still a full keel, the rudder's on the back, and da-da-da. It was one of the first boats that we officially chose. It's a hot boat. And we know that RA's boat's a hot boat. So, Guido, why are you going to beat Jeremy now in these hot 32, OE 32?
Oh, look, I don't know if I'm going to beat Jeremy. I mean, Jeremy has got a lot of experience on his side, which is the thing that I feel I lack a little of, quite a little of. So I'm not sure whether I'm going to beat him, but he's certainly going to be, I'm going to try my best. But that goes with everybody. But I think of other competitors honestly as being, I've never thought along those lines, to be honest. For me, the other competitors are brothers in arms, brothers and sisters in arms, rather than opponents. This is a challenge with yourself, first of all.
Yeah. It's a hot boat. The Vancouver 34, I think, has got the most modern hull shape. It's got quite hard bilges. It's got a narrow keel. it was lucky to pass the design test. It's got a vertical rudder post. There's lots of things about the Vancouver 34 that could surprise people. Anyway, that's why you're smiling. I think you know that. But anyway.
Well, no, honestly, I'm not. I'm not sure. I've been thinking about this a lot, and then I made this decision. I'm not sure whether it's going to turn out to be the right decision. On the whole, I pretty much feel that the boat, all things considered, are on a par. Some are going to perform better in certain situations, in certain conditions, and others are going to perform better in others.
Yeah.
But I don't think that is going to be the defining. Boat design.
No, as you probably know, when the 2018 edition was going, it was shaping up to be a real race. Gregor was there with his Biscay 36. Tommy was there in a replica, Suhaili. Mark Slats was there in a Rustler 36, and they were all on top of each other. The guys were closing in on Mark Slats, and in my opinion, we're clearly going to catch him and pass him. But we lost all that when we lost boats, which was really unfortunate. So hopefully it'll play out again. So Jeremy, why are you going to beat the Vancouver 34?
Yeah. I think I'm going to go with Guido's answer on that one. I'm not certain that I can. That Vancouver's a really quick-looking boat, and I think if Ara's boat hadn't been available, I would have done some serious searching for an affordable Vancouver 34. It's a great-looking boat, and I think it's really quick. So, but who was it? Lance Armstrong or somebody said it's not about the bike. It's all going to come down to how we manage each individual leg. It's going to be one day at a time.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's going to be a hell of a race. I'm watching the weather as replaying the weather now based on a September the 4th start, and it's been quite a good run so far. If the fleet was out there now, I think they'd be really trucking. It was a good getaway, and we missed these storms that just came through here. And we're so it looks kind of interesting. Anyway, and then we get to Cape Town. So now I've got two Cape Townians here. Let's talk about your opinion on this mandatory film drop that can never change. Okay, Cape Town's on the agenda. Don't worry, I'm never going to say we're going to change it. But how would you tackle that, Jeremy? What's your thought on that?
Todd, it has the potential to turn the race into a bit of a lottery. This time of the year and any time between now and sort of the end of January, you have either cold fronts coming in much further north than expected, or you get howling southeasterlies fueled by a high pressure system. And if you get on the wrong side of either one of those, it's going to add 2,000 miles to your course.
Yeah. Don't worry, I've been there. I've been on the wrong side of one trying to get to Cape Town. Yeah. But that's sailing, I see it as another great challenge, and that's, in my honest opinion, it's not unsafe. It's very challenging, but it's not unsafe. So what's your take, Guido?
Well, my take, okay, in 2 words, Don, and no, I don't want to, but in 2 words, it's a really crappy idea.
Oh, I love it. I love it even more.
But as quite rightly Jeremy says, it is going to turn out to be quite a lottery. From this time onwards, I've seen that place blow bloody 60 knots southeasterly with fantastic, glorious weather. Beautiful sunshine and just howling southeasterly.
Yeah.
Or we might sail in there and get one of those nice sort of beginning of summer days.
Yeah.
And have it fairly easy as a landing. But to get there, it's gonna be tricky in any case because
it certainly adds a tactical bit. But you see, we've changed the course. We're going around Tristan da Cunha now, and Trinidadi rather, and then that makes it a trade wind all the way. The first challenge you've got is getting into Cape Town. In the 18 edition, a whole bunch of boats went through the high, baiting to windward and all that stuff. So you've been one problem's gone, but you've now got the tactical challenge of getting into Cape Town, and that I think it'll be very interesting. Anyway, let's see what happens. All right, so we're going to talk again, Jeremy, next week. I look forward to that. and learning a bit more about you, because you've got an interesting story. I'm only just catching up with the whole deal, you know, the whole situation with the marine industry there, and your background will be quite fun. I'm looking forward to it.
Don, sorry, one little thing which I think is quite neat about Jeremy and I. His father was my maths teacher.
Okay.
And obviously, I didn't know. I thought it was just the same.
So does that mean you can do this easier or worse? How were you in maths at school?
No, I was just amazed, you know, because we exchanged a few messages, and it was just crazy, you know, to think that.
Yeah, it's nuts, eh? It's called 6 degrees of separation. You know, I see it all the time. So crazy. All right, Jeremy, I'm going to say goodbye and put you off the side there, and we'll see you next week. So thanks for coming up, Jeremy. That's great. Cool. Okay, see you then. Okay, so Guido, what's you're at the start line. You're underway, sailing down the Atlantic. What's your biggest challenge and your biggest fear?
I don't have any, you know, after the start line, I think I will set some short-term objectives, which is a very short-term daily objective, and, you know, getting to I don't think, honestly, I will have fears as such. I can't think of any fears. I may have a lot of fears in the Southern Ocean, but I can't see myself having fears necessarily in the Atlantic. Having said that, you know, it's the luck of the draw. I mean, if you get one of those nice fat lows rolling off the South American coast and get into that could be quite a challenge.
Yeah.
So, but you know, hopefully I'll manage it.
Push through it. Okay, so the same question to everyone. The last question: if there was something you could change about the GGR, what would it be? And don't say the Cape Town stopover. We've discussed that. I mean the film drop.
Okay, a trivial but interesting thing. I would probably take not.
It's
have
okay.
To take,
you can really upset me. Keep coming.
No. No. It's not. It's something a bit trivial, really, but which would turn out quite handy to have, you know, to be able to have CDs or to have just music on stick.
No, we could never do that. That's just too easy. No way. Sorry. But it's nice to know you're gonna. It's nice to know you're gonna suffer. You know, I did the first leg of the BOC with one cassette tape. That's all I could have. I forgot all my other ones. It was unbelievable. It was red. You know, this tape going over. Anyway. All right.
Not have to take all the big bulky books and just be able to read off a
yeah.
That'd be my thing.
Okay, that's part of the fun. Just going to check for questions. Tony Oates, we should have a 28 to 30 foot division. Sorry, but you could always go 580. You could always go. I'm looking for a 580 sticker here. I haven't got one. Have I? Well, no, it doesn't matter. Someone wants little boats. Join the Globe 580 and the mini Globe race. That's the way to go. So that's cool. All right, Guido, that's great. Good to chat. I'm sure we'll be doing it again probably in about 26, 27 weeks when we cycle it and see what you're up to, you know. So good luck there, and keep flying the Italian flag. We always have a lot of Italians there, which is really cool. Good to see.
You know, it would be nice if somebody else joined up.
Another Italian?
I don't know. Sorry?
Another Italian?
Yeah, it would be nice.
Yeah. Yeah, the more the merrier. Well, we're actually we haven't officially announced it yet, but we're actually opening up entries even more on Sayula class. So not Sayula class, sorry, Suhaili class. So shortly there'll be another 3 places open. So because there are people I'm talking to all the time about joining, and they're hesitating going on the wait list. So because the current entrants are so strong, you know, everyone's got their boats and they're out sailing and all that sort of stuff. They think if they get on a wait list, it won't happen. So we're upgrading that. So there'll be some new entrant spaces shortly.
Yeah, you know, I mean, the challenges are there are a lot of challenges that one has to consider.
It's the name of the game, eh? But all good.
These big question marks about what's happening with this pandemic.
Yeah.
I can appreciate it. It's
true.
very easy for somebody
Okay, good to chat.
Like
Thanks, and sail safe. And I think my estimate is that the red paint job will probably add about half a knot. So you can do the numbers and see how far, like it's definitely a fast color. So that's cool.
Hopefully.
All right. We'll see you later. Yep. Okay. See you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay. So that's our South African stroke Italian contingent. And we'll see you next week with Jeremy, which is cool. Thanks. See you later. Oh, got to get rid of me. Wrong button.